Hello and welcome to my race highlights of F2Total Season 1 Round 7 at Australia. As you can see, when qualifying, just starting my lap, going through turn 1. Obviously F2Total in the F2 cars. I've got the Prema of Mick Schumacher. And I'm gonna try and get a good qualifying here in Australia, as it's very important to get a good qualifying in Australia, because you can't pass anywhere on this track. It's really hard to pass, because dirty air is a big problem, and also the track is very narrow. And DRS, or the DRS zones are very short, so the straights obviously in that case then. First retirement of the qualifying session already, Formula 1 has been tired. Obviously this is a one-shot qualifying, so you only get one opportunity, which means I'm not pushing too hard in these qualifyings. I'm just trying to get a decent lap in that isn't invalid and I don't spin, so to make sure I don't start all the way at the back. I'm never really going for pole position here because I don't quite have the pace for that. But a decent top 5 finish or something qualifying is always on the cards for me, as actually I have managed to invalidate my lap time at the fast left-right chicane, which has left me down in P9, while my teammate actually got pole position, which actually gives him 4 points, 7 hundredths of a second ahead of Fabian in P1 for him, but I am down in P9, which I'm really not quite happy with. We're now on the grid for the first race, for the feature race of this round, of the season. Lining up, have already lined up, just waiting for the start. There we go, we've got the 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Lights were on for quite a while there. I've got a decent start, already challenging Insect, but I've also got the race lap of Marco Daco on my inside, braking late, trying to go through in the middle. Pushing Insect off a bit, there's a car spinning, it's Insect Sully with a very bad exit, going past him as well up into P7, have made my way through the carnage. Now, as you can see, I'm changing my trajectory to move off. I always start on medium because I can't start in these cars otherwise without losing 20 positions. So I always go for medium, it's my little start hack, basically. Now trying to make a move on boss, but I've got a terrible line from here, but Marco has got an even worse line. Insect is trying to go around my outside, but he's being blocked by Marco. I've almost gone down his inside. He leaves me the space, thankfully, but I do have to stick behind him. We jump a bit further into a lap, still on lap 1, on the chicane. Fast left-right, boss is going off. Marco's got a terrible exit, I'm passing both of them as boss actually retires from the session. There's another car retiring, it's Insect, so both Campos cars out of the race now. As PC when he goes into the grass, King Nuki goes past him. A lot of chaos going on here at the moment on the first level of this F2 Australian Grand Prix. And we've actually got a safety car. We've got a safety car already, but you are not allowed, or you are allowed to pit, but it won't count as your mandatory pit stop. You have to do your mandatory pit stop after lap 6 in F2. And since this is 50%, we have to do it after lap 3. But on lap 3, the safety car is actually coming in. Fabian is going to lead the field. I've already made up 4 positions. I'm going to try and make up more positions on the safety car restart. PC really immediately attacking King Nuki. Marco's got a pretty bad safety car restart. So have I, actually. So there's a huge gap behind and in front of me. So I have to can brake very late. Make up a lot of time on PC Willy, who has a bit of a slide on the exit, which might allow me to try and make a move here. But no, I'm not quite close enough. Can't get past him. Have to stick behind for now. King Nuki and Valeri fighting over P2. Marco is right behind me now. He's made up a lot of time there as I was being blocked by this little train. Fabian is pulling away at the front massively. So he's really liking this SPC when he goes into grass. Terrible exit off that corner. Allowing him to go right past, down the inside, up into P4. Continuing to make my way through the field beautifully. As Luki now with a very bad exit here. You can see how much I'm gaining. He's gonna give me the outside line. I'm gonna take it. PC when he's down is inside. We're going 3 wide into this corner. Not a good corner to go 3 wide into. This is definitely gonna cause a collision. And I think it's being, it's PC when who's spun around. There's contact between me and Luki as well. So 2 of us got out somewhat fine. Lost a lot of time though, but PC when has been spun around. Huge shame for him, as I go past King Luki up into the podium places now. So it's been a very good restart for me, even if I lost a lot of time there. I've made up 2 positions, I believe. As someone is spun there, that must be the real Sully who's at a collision. And a VSC has been deployed just as King Luki was trying to overtake me, so he's not allowed to overtake me. I stick in front of him as I'm a second down on Delta. I have to go offline and basically come to a standstill. But I do manage to make that work. Lap 11 now, going to pit lane. I've catched up to Valeri, so I'm right behind him. Trying to get a good pit stop and overtake him in the pit stops. That would be perfect, pretty much, because then I could try and make an undercut on Fabian as well. But he's got quite a big gap, so that would be a massive would have to be a massive undercut. as I'm actually being blocked by Valeri now in the pit lane. I can't leave it, can't leave it in my pit box. Coming out behind him in P3. There are a few people still out on track, which they might pass me actually. That's PC Willy who's still out after a spin. He's gonna come out in between me and Valeri, and I'm coming out just in front of Jan Wolfo, so staying in P4 after the pit stop. But obviously PC Willy will left the pit. And on the same lap now, lap 12, I'm right behind him as he actually decides to let me go for some reason. I guess he didn't want to fight me, which, I don't know, I guess it's saved him some time, saved us both some time. Now on lap 12, Fabian's in the pit lane when he comes out way ahead. I'm gonna try and go around the outside of Valeri into turn 1. Not quite got the grip. Yes, he actually pushes me off just a little bit. Very, very close race between us. He's got a better exit, but I've got a DRS. He's going to a slipstream to the outside, braking as late as I possibly can. Trying to hang it around the outside, but I'm being pushed off onto a curb. And I've got a terrible exit. Valeri manages to hold on for P2 just a little while longer, but I've been faster the entire time now. Lap 14, he's on the inside, covering the inside for absolutely no reason, meaning I get a bit of a switchback line, and now on the exit I'm on his inside, very close with him in the grass, just about managing to squeeze through, and now I've got the inside line for this chicane, but I'm gonna have a terrible exit. I've gone past it, but he might be able to get back past me using the DRS. He's going to the outside line, he's trying to make it work. Side by side once again in a fight for P2, but I've got a better line, but he actually makes a switchback work, and he's once again down my inside, but I think I managed to stay around the outside into P2 now, and that's it, the fight is over. Lap 17, I've built a gap of 3 seconds to him, as I actually almost spin coming off the final corner, but I do manage to bring it home. P2 then, as Fabian has won the feature race of Australia, but obviously we've still got a sprint race to come. So, this race is not over yet. I'm gonna start in P7, which means I have to make my way through the field once again, from P9 to P2, so maybe from P7 to the podium again. Would be a very nice result, but we will end up, we'll see where we end up in the sprint race as we have wrapped up the feature race. We're just gonna jump over to the sprint race any second now. There we go, on the grid for the sprint race. In P7, as I said, behind me is Fabian and right in front of me is his teammate Valeri, so I'm a bit of a sandwich of Trident cars, as Sony has finally loaded in. And there we have the 5 red lights, they are on, and it's lights out and away we go. Once again, I've got a decent start, but Fabian's got an absolute flyer on me, he's on my own side already. Valeri also has passed Jeremy. I'm gonna try and break as late as possible because I've got a bit of a gap in front of me. And I do manage to stay ahead of Fabian, almost passing Jeremy as well, but he stays in front of me. Fabian now wants to try and pass me. He's using my slipstream, goes right down the inside, very late on the brakes, almost making contact with Jeremy there, who just about managed to see him on his inside. Fabian, very bad line through there, but he managed to stay in front of me. I've lost the position at the start, which is not what I want to do really. But I'm just gonna try and stick with Fabian here, because if I can stick with him, I can repass him later on, which might be very crucial, as I once again changed my F2Total to off after the start. Boston Sanders left the session, so he's not happy with how the start went for him, as Fabian gets a terrible line through there, allowing me to get a run on him, but I've been blocked by him just a little bit. I'm still on his outside, but he's got the inside line for this very little this kink on the straight. And that's gonna have him, yeah, he's gonna definitely pull ahead. I'm going off the throttle, letting him have the position, but he does have a bad line because I was side by side and we couldn't move to the outside onto racing line. Now he's got a bad exit. I'm trying to go around his outside into this 90-degree right-hander. No, doesn't quite work for me, but I do have a switchback line, just as Valeri earlier in the feature race. Side by side still, through this right-hander now. Going to the second to last corner, I'm gonna brake as late as possible, try and hang around the outside, but I think it's got a better traction. No, he doesn't. We're still side by side through the final corner now. Oh, but now he's got me on the outside line. Can I make a move back into turn 1? I'm gonna try. I'm in the slipstream. Do I have enough of a run? No, I don't quite have enough of a run. I'm going off the power and letting him past. Lap 2 now, once again, Fabian with a bad exit out of the chicane. Can I pass him again around the outside as he goes into the grass? That won't help him anymore. Around the outside into the 90-degree right-hander. Once again we're fighting here. And this time I'm on the outside line. Can I hang it right around the outside? I almost managed to, but I've got not the best line on the exit. Side by side into the second to last corner. Who will have the better exit? Fabian goes right around my outside on the exit there. Beautiful move from him. He was way better on traction than me there. So I have to just concede the position now. Lap 3, we've catched up to this train of Jeremy, Jan Wolfo, Nuki and Fabian as Jeremy actually drops it. Jeremy is spun around, putting me into P7 upper position. Very, very unfortunate for him. As I stick right behind this little group. King Nuki is trying to go around the outside of Jan Wolfo. Terrible exit for him. Fabian wants to make a move, but he can't. He's being blocked by him. I've got a very good run on Fabian. Once again, we're side by side. I'm on the outside line, so break as late as possible. Luki, oh, he's blocked me just a little bit, and I go off into the grass, losing a position to her 60 knot. Terrible mistake from me. Well, not terrible, but avoidable mistake from me. I'm down to P8 once again. Lap 5 now. Putting the pressure on her 60 knot. Can't quite go for the move, but there's a bit of fighting going on at the front. King Nuki and Wolfo are fighting. Fabian trying to make a move as well. Oh, Fabian pushes Jan off just a little bit. Jan has to go off the track, and he almost puts me in the wall. Now he's put me onto the curbing. Yeah, and can't quite manage to get past him. Now in lap 5, I still want to get past Jan as her 6 knot has been spun around, which has caused Jan to have a bit of a better exit, and I can use the slipstream, go to the inside line, which leaves open for me. No, can't quite go for that move. Have to stick behind him just a while longer. Lap 6 now. Now Jan is on the grass on the exit, allowing me to go. Not quite, but I'm very close to him. Could this be the move for me around the outside? I brake late. He just about leaves me space, but I can't hang around the outside. Now he's been sliding. Bad exit for him as Jeremy tied in the session side by side. Now I'm sliding after a bit of contact with Jan, and he manages to keep in P6 once again. I've lost so much time to cars ahead. I could be going so much faster here, and I want to try and go down the inside, but I can't. But Jan goes over the curb. Not the best of exits for Jan, and I go right to the inside here to actually get the penalty and make my way into P6. Very nice battle with me and Jan, but obviously I've lost a lot of time, which I want to avoid. Now on lap 7, going to lap 8, I set the fast lap with a 35.6 dead, which means I'm catching this train. Once again, lap 8, you can see 2 with a 35.177 fast lap again. So I'm really pushing here to get back into this train as we go into the second to last lap. Fabian wants to make a move on Luki for P5. For P4, sorry, they're going side by side in turn 1. I might be able to take advantage of this as Luki's got a bad line, and so does Fabian, but Fabian is pulled ahead. I'm gonna get a run on Luki, who doesn't have DRS either, so I do have I could make a move on him. He's been blocked by Fabian, but no, I can't quite go for that. Can I hang around the outside? Through the corner though. Yes, mid-apex, I've got a better line than he does, got a better attraction than he does, and I make my way up into P5. A brilliant move, I must admit, for myself. Now, the final lap. I want to try and make a move on Fabian, as P0 is going off. So it's a fight for the podium between me and Fabian now, but I actually lose as well, too much power on the exit. I think I didn't get wing damage from that somehow, but I've lost the potential podium there, and definitely lost one position to King Luki. Definitely a shame, and yes, I don't have damage from that. Somehow I managed to avoid damage, still ahead of P0. So, yeah, I still end up in P5. It's now in the final lap, her 6 minutes tight in the session, and there's Valeri who's actually been spun around, which puts me back into P4. A very chaotic final lap, but I think that's it in terms of position changes. I do end up in P7, but it could have been a P3, maybe in the P2 if I had gotten Fabian. But I will take it, P2 and P4 in these 2 races. I'm definitely happy with that one. Yeah, it's been a great race for me. Marco Darko has won the race. Very happy for him, his first race win in any Total League. Congrats to him. Congrats to the entire podium of both the feature and the sprint race. I hope you enjoyed the video just as much as I have enjoyed this race. It was a lot of fun to drive and now to edit and commentate. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you again on the next video. Bye bye.